revealed implications of the gospel. I was reared, aside from the teaching of my good father, in an environment that said very little about the gospel. In fact, I could almost count on one hand everything they said. They would tell me, well, the gospel is this: Christ died for our sins, he was buried and rose again, 1 Corinthians 15. But those are the pillars of the gospel. They are the facts on which everything hinges. None of the gospel hinges on you, not so much as one solitary word or syllable. Now, I want to tell you some things you would never know if all you had was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. What I want to tell you, you'd never had the faintest idea that these things happened. But when Jesus died, was buried, and rose again, he took away the sin of the world. Now, you'd have got a hint of that from John the Baptist, I understand. But the world is reconciled to God. Where would you have got that? Hebrews 2:14 says Satan was destroyed, that through death Jesus destroyed the devil. How would you have ever known that? If that wasn't revealed, how would you have known that? How would you have known that principalities and powers have been plundered, that held the world captive for millennia? How would you have known that? How would you have known that Jesus made peace by the blood of his cross? That he destroyed the law as a means to righteousness? See, none of this. Not Matthew, not Mark, not Luke, not John. Let one whisper of this come out, and Jesus didn't reveal it either. But these are all implied in the gospel. If nothing happened when Jesus died, and nothing happened when Jesus was buried, and nothing happened when he rose from the dead, like, what difference does it make? But it impacted heaven, it impacted hell, and it impacted earth. But until God revealed it to us, we didn't know. And I thank God for the Apostle Paul, because most of this he told us. You wouldn't have known, if you'll excuse the slang expression, diddly squat about the old man and new man if Paul didn't tell you. You'd have never known it. You would have known very little about justification by faith. There's things he told us about the Lord's Supper you'd have never picked up anywhere else. 1 Corinthians 11. Why did he tell you these things? God opened up to him what happened when Jesus died. People knew the temple veil was rent in twain, but they didn't know he'd opened up a way to heaven. He'd sanctified a new and living way. They didn't know that, but now we know it, and I thank God for it.